Okay, good morning.
You're watching a CBG TV content provider broadcast.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or CBGTV.com. The medical and health information shared does not constitute a physician-patient relationship. It is provided for general informational and educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional care.
You're gonna get so high because we're pot smoking. I said we're getting high because we're pot smoking. We're gonna get so high because we're pot smoking. That's right, we're getting high because we're pot smoking. Good morning, sunshine. How you feeling?
How you doing? Good morning, Dr. High. Oh, what the Sam hell is going on around here? Shit's moving.
Like acid, maybe.
I mean, you're farting or something? Look at the leaves.
No.
They're moving everywhere. I'm tripping the fuck out over here. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. You're hanging on the Cannabis Chronicles. I am the hippie. That is my partner in crime over there, Dr. High. I want to thank everybody for being here. You guys are amazing. I want to shout out CBG TV and all of our thousands and thousands of fans over there that are following us over there on CBG TV. You guys might want to get over there and become a member of the thousands and thousands of fans that are following us over there. We're hitting it huge up in Canada. What are you doing over there, Typey? You're supposed to Typey before work.
No, some fucking piece of shit. Some piece of shit just sent me a message in Messenger.
Don't talk about like that.
He says, I hope you've also got the beneficiary message in your email about the federal government grant program. They help provide financial funds to citizens. Have you heard about it? And I'm just in the process of telling him to go fuck himself.
Yeah, don't do that. I get in trouble. I tell people to go fuck themselves, and then everybody yells at me. They're like, "You shouldn't have said go fuck yourself. You could have."
I get even worse than that.
Oh, yeah, I have rage.
I get really like raw with them. You know what I mean?
I get ragey. I have like rage issues. Like,
yeah.
Especially when people try to tell me that weed is bad, and I'm like, go fuck yourself, you stupid ass. You don't even know what you're talking about. Anyway, I don't know what I was going to yell. I want to say good morning to everybody over there in the chat. Look at them all. There's 1,000 of them over there. Good Lord. Please like, subscribe, share, pound that whatever button that they tell you to pound, and do that stuff that they tell you to do on all those other YouTube channels that know what they're doing. We're learning. We're getting there. We're learning, but we got 180, I think. 180 people, Dr. High. Is that amazing?
That's pretty incredible considering where we started.
You know, a lot of people keep saying that, and I'm like, I don't understand, because I could go to TikTok in less than a month. I could have 10,000 followers.
But TikTok's not the same. Like,
and I'm like, I've been doing this for fucking a year now, and I got 180 people. I feel like I'm
but TikTok's different, right? TikTok, you need an attention span of what, 5 seconds on TikTok?
Hey, I resemble that remark.
Yeah, but it's true. Like you need about a 5 second attention span on TikTok.
Oh, look at that.
What we're doing on YouTube is very different.
182 up there on the YouTube side. Yeah, baby.
There we go. I think I'm still at 8.
Oh, well, we're getting you there. You started at 0, sir. Remember.
That's right. I started off with our friend Raggy.
Raggy, the number one fan, is still your number one fan.
Yeah. That's it.
All
right, let me block this piece of shit right now.
I hate TikTok, man. Oh my godness, it drives me nuts.
TikTok plays games.
They're just
you know what I mean? Like, it's funny because in the first hour,
Yeah.
I'll get to 240, 250, 260 impressions, whatever it is.
People watching you when you're live, or
And then it never changes. No, the stuff I put on TikTok.
of course I'm a fan of you, Zen
So
Wushu.
in the first hour, it goes fast, and then it never changes. I check it the next day; it's still at that same number, whatever it was, 241,
It's all a
235.
bunch of crap. I've had 10,000 followers on TikTok 7 times. I lost the seven accounts in less than a half hour. I got them all banned in less than. I'm
Yeah.
a professional TikToker. I've gotten so many. I have PTSD from bananas. I've had so
Well,
many.
you know what TikTok really is, right?
It is
TikTok.
a pile of crap with a bunch of.
No,
cool
it's how the Chinese get in all your information, because when you install apps like TikTok,
right.
that gives them, you have to give permissions.
Right. That's
And
why I
those-
left, because they want my license now. They were like, hey, give us your driver's license and we'll let you buy coins. And I was like, hey,
Yeah.
here's my dick. You can buy
Yeah,
that.
it's really like all the apps you see out there really
Yeah, no
are.
clapper, not the clap. You can go over to clap. You can play for free.
Well, that's good. But what I'm saying is just about anything you download. If you download a casino app, if you download a game, if you download Skip the Dishes, they're all compiling your information. They're all taking your data. They all these hidden permissions, right?
If you have
Inside these apps.
if you have no information for them, like me, then they're just wasting their time. So I'm like,
That's why I keep another phone, because I have one phone that I do all my stuff that I want to keep to myself, that has no apps, no nothing, right?
Right.
And then I have this phone that I don't care about, because I don't do anything that's relevant. It's just social media and work crap.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's why I don't even participate in social media. Wait, I'm on social media now. You know what I mean. I don't play around with that TikTok crap. As soon as they asked me for my license to get my money out, I was like, you can keep the $12. I don't even want it. I am not giving you my license. I will no longer be participating over here. Thank you. And then I wanted to go and I said, you know what? I'll continue to participate, but I would go and I would like gift my friends that I love, that I've met millions of people. What happened? Oh,
Earthquake.
I thought you fell.
Earthquake.
And and then I went to go buy coins from them, and they were like, "No, you got to give us your ID." And I was like, I guess my friends are never getting another gift from me, because fuck you, I'm not giving you my ID, bucko.
Yeah, no.
So you'll never see me on TikTok again. I mean, I might stroll in and wave and tap a couple likes for you, but that's it. I'm not buying nothing.
Yeah, I throw the odd stuff up there to see what happens, but I find that mostly
I don't even post
even the 30 seconds or minute it takes to post on TikTok is a waste of effort anyway.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I get the same amount of new friends every day, with or without me being over there. So I get 3 new friends today, 3 new friends tomorrow. Sooner or later, I'll have 1 million followers over there in a couple of years.
Well, the funny thing about TikTok,
I won't get in trouble.
the content that really goes on TikTok is the anger stuff, the hate, the government bashing. These are the ones that get the big plays, right? Like
the Trump guy versus the Biden guy, and everybody's battling. And I'm like, what?
Like it's funny, because before I started doing my Dr. High books, I want to understand how to self-publish, right? So I wrote a book called Your Future at Risk, which is about the rise of central bank digital currencies, digital identification in 15-minute cities. So it's basically a conspiracy theory book.
Yes, we've discussed this.
I posted stuff on that a couple of times at a TikTok, and then I never thought about it again, because that book isn't something I even care about. To this day, the book that I've sold the most on Amazon is that book.
That book. Yep.
And I don't publicize it. I don't put it anywhere. I never post about it. Nothing. But I'm sure it still pops back from just putting in the comments on TikTok on some of these videos where people talk about this stuff. Weird. So Tom just put something into the chat. It's kind of concerning and pretty sad.
I missed it. I'm sorry. What happened?
He said, Tom just said he would just like to say to the community that Beanbag and himself, who live in Minnesota's kind of hurting right now, because a 15-year-old boy took his own life because he was being bullied. So that's a really, really sad thing, and a
It's fucking
horrible thing
ridiculous. It's fucking
that
stupid.
happens to anybody. So, prayers go out to
His family.
to
And
everybody
bullies, you can go
involved in
fuck
that, and
yourselves. Fucking bullies.
not
Fucking
very
hate
cool at all.
bullies.
Real sad thing though,
I am
15-year-old
so
kid.
sorry. That is horrible. I'm
Yeah.
angry. I'm angry though. I'm angry because first off, no kid. Did he kill himself? How did he off himself?
I don't know.
Himself? Because if it's with that other thing, then I get even more angry because
I don't know I don't know any of the details. They're not in the chat, but it
exactly
doesn't
what I was
really.
just gonna say. He used a handgun. Yeah. See.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into that bullshit, but kids should not be able to find your fucking handgun. You got to forget the safe combination like I did. This way, nobody can get into the gun. You have it. It's here, but it's safe. You just throw it in. You throw the safe at the bad guy. Like I do. When they come in, I throw my safe at it. I say, here, hit him. And hopefully it hits him in the head and knocks him out because I can't remember my combo.
Has Crazy Lori adopted an alias to avoid Facebook jail?
I don't know what she's crazy. I think that's her mom, Barbara.
Barbara Beavers.
Barbara Beavers is her mom.
It's very Canadian.
Oh.
Because that's our national anthem.
The beaver.
Is the beaver.
God knows that. We love our beaver.
So it's very Canadian.
Kelly's in jail. Everybody's in jail.
You guys are naughty.
No, they are great. They do that for us, Dr. High.
I know.
Because of us.
I know that's what's going on. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Anyway, I think
that throws me off little things like what Tom said, though. It throws your head off a little bit, to think that some young child like that was
because of some other young child's being an asshole because their parents raised them incorrectly.
Well, they just arrested 2 teens here in Canada yesterday because another teen went missing a week ago, and they've arrested these kids for his murder. And I think they're all 3 17-year-olds. Like, what the hell's going on with it?
I think that there should be time served for bullying. What about that? Like, you gotta go do jail time. I don't care if you're 7. There's got to be some way to stop this fucking bullying. Whether it's, you go to fucking some sort of, kids jail for a couple of weeks or whatever.
You know the problem with that, though?
This is fucking
kids
ridiculous.
Actually come out worse, right?
I don't give a fuck.
But they come out worse, so they become a bigger burden on society. There has to be another way to do it because when you incarcerate them, incarceration and jails are schools for criminals. Because now you're around a lot of other criminals. And I can tell you, somebody who was there for a long time, I know.
I'm starting my own jail. All right. You guys send them to me. We're going to raise money. We're going to get a big building. Any bullies, they come to me, and I'm going to just bully them until they cry and then they learn what it's like to be bullied. And I'm going to be the bully.
Do you remember Scared Straight?
Yeah. Yeah. I went to it.
Mm-hmm.
I was scared to shit. I still went to jail.
I remember when the very first Scared Straight came out, probably in the 80s.
Yeah, I went.
They took these kids and brought them into a penitentiary to meet murderers.
I was there.
And
they took my shoes.
Fuckers
took my shoes and
That's
said, "You're not getting them back." Yeah,
but you know what they need to do with these kids?
Well, let me tell you my story. So, they took 20 of us or 30 of us from our high school that were on the verge of being bad kids, and they said, "We're going to try to scare these fuckers straight." And so they told us what we were supposed to do. And we were like, yeah, this is going to be cool. This is going to be fun. Yeah. Well, it wasn't as cool and fun as we thought it was going to be. If I remember correctly, we were walking past and it was a big square cell. And first they brought us through the ladies' side and it was all women and they were scary.
Oh yeah, they're vicious, man.
Oh, no, they're worse. Wait, this gets better. Wait, so then we look in and there's one taking a dump in the middle of the room because the bathroom's just sitting there and you're looking at it and you're like, oh, hey, how are you? And she's like, stop looking at me while I'm shitting, you fucker. And then they said, make sure you stay over here by the windows. Do not get close to the bars. Well, one dumbass girl got a little too close to the bars, and guess what? Her head went boink right upside the bars, and her hair got pulled into the fucking cage, and she got a slam upside her head.
Yeah.
Then another guy was walking. We went into another room, and a prisoner came past him, and he just reached over and pulled his ID right off of him and said, "Thank you," and walked away. And then he had no ID, and they were like, "Where's your ID?" And he was like, somebody took it. And he was like, "Well, you better go get it back from somebody, or you're going to be staying here, and he's going to be going home." And they was like, and then they came to me, and that guy, then they put us in a room, and we were all sitting in this room, and then they all come up and they're yelling at you, you think you're fucking tough, blah, blah, blah. And then the one guy just said, I'm taking these, and he took my sneakers off of me, and I said, "Give those back, please." And he said, "Fuck you." And then I said, "Okay, have them, enjoy." And we left, and I went home with no shoes, but it didn't work. I still came out and was a jerk. Got arrested twice and didn't go to prison though. But we talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very scary thing though. Definitely scared the shit out of me.
I think that's the wake up call these kids need, but you never know what environment they're being raised in either, right? So some of these kids may be getting beaten at home, abused at home, and
it's all
and they
starts
just
at home.
don't feel any value. But really, what they should be doing with these kids is instead of putting them in a youth detention center,
cut a finger off every time they get caught bullying.
They should be putting them through Navy SEAL boot camp. That's what they should be doing. They should be sending them someplace where they have instructors who put them through the same type of training that Navy SEALs get, minus the weapons, just the physical side of it, right? Just build them into men, make them feel like part of a team. Or women, you know what I mean? Like, show them the value of hard work and what you can achieve, and build them up instead. This would be so much more value, because when they put you in jail, there's no activities there. There's nothing to improve your personality there. Like, I mean, there's none of this stuff. So it's really just warehousing. It's a waste of time. And it gets even worse. You see, Katie says you often get judges who, instead of incarcerating a criminal, will sentence them time in the Marine Corps. That's a good thing. But you have judges in Pennsylvania. You had a judge who was getting paid.
Yeah, I remember.
To incarcerate.
My next door neighbor worked for him. My next door neighbor worked at that daycare or whatever the hell you call it.
He was getting kickbacks.
Yep.
To sentence these young people to jail.
Yeah, my son was on the list of one of them to go there. "Hey, Buzz, there's my buddy Buzz. Everybody pick him up. We're going over to Clapper right after this to hang out. Him and I are going to be partying."
Like, it's a mess, right? There are better ways to do things.
Yeah, we're in trouble though, Dr. High. We haven't even ran our commercials. The 420 song is due now. Doc Holidaze just got here. We're falling way behind, man.
I get it, but talking about what happened with that young fella and that kind of thing is kind of important. So, but we can get into it now.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy, and I'm so sorry for that kid's family. I am so sorry for even the kid that was doing it, because something's obviously here. There's issues. Kids are
cruel, like in a lot of ways, kids can be cruel. They don't understand,
Kids are horrible, and so are some of their parents.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a learned behavior. It's a learned behavior. So if your kid's out there bullying, you might want to look in the mirror and find out why your kid's out there bullying, because you're probably doing the exact same thing and you don't even fucking realize it.
Yeah, could be.
That being said, I'm going to put a 420 song on, or are you guys going to do it down there?
Hey, it's Bill Schmidt Jr., a.k.a. Billy Blaze, a.k.a. 420 Kid of the Holistic Cloud. R.I.P. to my man Derek Crow. I want to give a shout out to Calligraphy, my dude Means, little homie Manuel Noriega, Big Just, Rossi, Jack the Apostle, The League.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Big buzz till little crumbs broke up in the bottom. Feel like autumn leaves falling. Only problem needs solving is seeing who I'm calling for some trees to indulge in. Need to holler at Billy, he keep his head in the cloud. Bel Air Kush by the bush, wow. Screaming loud, still smoking, having nice dreams, floating through space. So when they ask me how high, my reply, I'm half baked. Sir, smoke a lot. Doctor said I need a bacchiotomy. Prescribe me huckleberry and lemon cherry gelato, G. I take it back to rolling in the Optimo, blowing smoke out my nose, dropping ashes on my clothes till I doze off. I'm so fried. No lie, got you afraid of heights, scared to look down, you so high. Cause when I split that shit, it's like I lit that shit in the crowd. Pass it around and let you hit that shit.
Weed is all I need. Smoke that weed. Weed is all I breathe. Broke down leaves. Rolled up in the leaf for my relief. I'm in love with the THC. Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. 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 Good sunshine in my pocket on a Sunday stroll. Homie got the rap, give me the sack, let the good times roll. Therapy, earth, body, and soul. World, give me beat, Bel Air Kush, give me mental control. L lit, back row, 5 hats told. The studio we roll, bring relief. We the music, all I need to know. Healthier than pill pop. Mother, give me herbs to fill spot. My medication, cancer will kill shot. Many strands, lay hands in stressful situations. Out of all the girls in my life, Mary Jane, a reservation. Here in 23, raising hands of liberation. A celebration, history free from information. Stand up, provide the right education. Show love, holistic cloud, politic throughout the nation. Making a stop debating Billy Blunt, stash, flavor, taste the weed. Weed is all I need. Smoke that weed. Weed is all I breathe. Broke down leaves. Rolled up in the leaf for my relief. I'm in love with the THC. Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. 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 Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it.
Have you ever pondered cannabis beyond the haze? Would you like to know more about this incredible plant? Dive into drhigh.com. Unlock medical wonders, master home-based crafts, and debunk myths. Do you support our mission? Shop Dr. High AI Haze on Etsy for cannabis-themed clothing, mugs, and digital downloads using original AI cannabis art. Hell, we might even have some psychedelic mushroom items there too. We also have 25 books on cannabis and specific medical conditions available at Dr. High on Amazon.com. drhigh.com, cannabis information, education, and advocacy.
Announcing CBGTV's Bud Break book. Get your copy now. Detailed strain reviews. Every purchase supports the ongoing efforts of CBGTV. Available from Amazon and at cbgtv.com or scan the QR code.
Say bye-bye to bottled water. Holistic Health Water has certified medical-grade water ionizers that make 7 types of water, including healthy alkaline. There's a 5-micron filter that lasts up to a year, and each machine lasts 25 to 30 years. Simply attach to your faucet or install under your sink. Even get a mineral spa unit for your shower. Go to ownyourwater.org to get a free ebook. Plus, pay for any machine in full and get an extra filter free. Change your water and change your life. Ownyourwater.org.
Discover the natural path to wellness at Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Herbs?
With a passion for holistic health, we are your trusted source for premium herbs and concentrates.
Wait a minute, do they have weed?
Our dedicated team is here to guide you on your wellness journey. Open 7 days a week, 10 to 10, ensuring you have access to what you need when you need it most. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates is located
at pot
2941 Highway 11, Burnt Church, New Brunswick, Canada. If you need assistance anytime,
I need weed.
Just call 506-871-4299. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Where all the potheads go.
Oh! I fucking love Muck Sticky. He just starts playing, and I love dancing to him. God damn that song, man. Anyway, tailored herbs and concentrates up in Burnt Church, New Brunswick, Canada. That's right. If you're up there, or if you live in Canada, you can take advantage of this deal. You can go in, or you can call on the day of the deal. Like today, it's no, that's tomorrow. That was yesterday. Today it
Those
is
transitioning leaves behind you are
$5.
getting you confused.
Not me. I'm on point here. Somebody else is confused. Today it's $5 off any vape item, not 25% off any yesterday deal. Today it is $5 off any vape product, and the strain of the day is Mendo Mint. That's right, Mendo Mint. So head on over to Tailored Herbs and Concentrates, or call if you live in Canada. You can't ship to the United States, and you got to pay shipping, but you can call in and take advantage of this deal right now. That's right. Just go in or call and say, hey, I'd like to order some of my vape products and get $5 off of each of them when I call. That's it. And then, of course, the bong thing, only like 1 or 2 sleeps left. And you're going to be entered into that bong building competition. But you got your work cut out for you, because I heard there's a trap house being built, and I seen parts of it. It looks pretty badass.
I saw parts of that too.
There's dead bodies outside. There's people with ice, and there's all sorts of trap house stuff going on there. And then I gave them some more ideas this morning, so it might get even better. Who knows? Anyway, it is time. The poor man has been down there for like an hour. I'm so sorry, Doc. I'm a talker. Everybody, please put your hands together for our friend Doc Holidaze, please.
Good morning, everyone. How you doing?
Yeah, good, Doc. Yourself?
Oh, I was trying to get the StreamYard to work on my Chromebook, and for some reason it just wouldn't load the page, so I had to go back to the phone. That's why I was jumbling around for so long.
Oh, that's all right, bud. You sound great. You look great, so it's working perfectly. There
you go.
Everything looks good.
I love those leaves on your shirt. Does that make you a Canadian?
Well, no, that's to represent the holly.
Oh, okay. It's hard to tell because I'm looking at a little screen. I'm on my phone too.
Yeah, the design is the cannabis leaves in the back, and the medical cross to represent the holiday up in front. And in my logo, it's reversed.
Very nice. I love it. Is that available somewhere? Is that some sort of merch that people can pick up?
We do have merch available through Incredibles Michigan. They do all my printing. So we have
if the beanbag or somebody can put that up or find that for them so that people can see where to find your merch. I want them to be able to find your merch. How you been? It's so nice to finally meet you. Longtime fan, first time meter.
Well, I'm very happy to be here, guys. I'm ecstatic. I enjoyed the last couple of interactions I've had being in the audience, and I'm looking forward to continue to do this.
Absolutely. We look forward to our future together as well. So tell us about yourself. Let everybody know what's going on with Doc Holidaze.
Well, it started out, I'll tell you what, I broke my neck and I fell through a skylight and broke my neck.
Oh.
And
sir, first of all, let me explain. You're not supposed to step on the skylights. They're there for prettiness.
Well, here's the funny thing. I was in refrigeration for 30 years, and someone did a rookie mistake and left a white piece of cardboard on a white roof.
Oh, geez.
In middle of summer, my eyes are sweating. I didn't see it, turned around, slipped, went right through the damn thing.
Holy shit. I apologize for making any kind of a joke. That's not something.
Oh, it's quite okay, because you know what? It's funny. I walked around for 6 years and didn't even know I had a broken neck until
except for the
tragedy happened where I wasn't able to function right. But anyway, so the start of this Doc Holidaze is that I became the mad scientist, so to speak. And I had a couple of friends who are like, man, Doc, you just got, they started calling me Doc. They're like, man, you got this shit working, because pain lotions. I couldn't find anything in a dispensary that would work. So I had to start creating something that was strong enough and make it my way. So I was like, if it doesn't work for me, it will never leave my house. Well, guess what? I have a lot of it leaving my house for quite some time.
So it's working for everybody. That's great.
Well, it was for a long time until I got myself in a little trouble. There was some haters out there and decided that I should not be putting my products on the market, and they put a stop to me.
Bullies and haters, as per usual. We were just talking
So,
about bullies.
long story short, that's where that was. So the pain lotions, and then I started experimenting. Well, here, this is for the men out here, prostate issues.
Oh.
I started
We're getting into boofing already. Yes.
I know the hippie's excited.
Yes,
well,
boofing.
Suppositories. I was on a medicine called Flomax, to help the stream. And at one point I was like, well, you know what? I'm taking swelling away and everything with my lotion. Let's turn this into a suppository and start experimenting. Drop the medicine out, 6 months of nothing but suppositories. Guess what? No prostate issues.
Yeah. No doubt about that.
Went away. So
anti-inflammatory properties, right?
Exactly. I was mixing CBD, CBG, and of course, the THC into my lotions and or the suppository, and it worked. I can say 6 months, and I was back to a full stream, and I haven't used the suppository probably in about 3 years now, and I'm still fine.
So wait a minute. I gotta cut you down here because I'm getting old, and this streaming thing is sounding familiar. When it starts shooting out in different angles and going other ways.
That's another issue, buddy. That is another issue. That's not
spitting and sputtering. Yeah. It's kind of spitting and sputtering,
Yeah, that could be an ED problem.
Oh, yeah, I got one. That could be from the crazy meds, though, because I think that all came in once they gave me the crazy meds. Now I don't fuck as much anymore.
Well, there you go. Well, that's another thing. I had a doctor. He said if you want to keep your prostate healthy, you got to keep it empty.
All right, so I'm gonna start stuffing now. What do I stuff in my pee hole to make that spray better?
I don't know. I've never experimented with anything like that.
Oh, I thought that's how we got the peeing better. All right, so if I stuff it up my ass, I'm gonna pee better. I don't know how that works, but I'll do it.
Well, like I said, there are suppositories, and it will work. If you got to find, I would say if you go to get something from a dispensary, a 1-to-1, so that you have the full.
Unfortunately, what state are you in, sir? Or
I'm in Illinois.
Okay, because I'm in Pennsylvania. We have medical, but we do not have suppositories. I'm going to have to create my own.
What's the status of cannabis in Illinois?
Well, medical. We are fully recreational and medical. Rec, purchase an ounce a day. Medical, 2.5 ounces every 2.5 weeks. 5 plants. Currently, I'm not growing because I've been doing a lot of traveling, and it seems like every time I need to go, I have family in another state that I've been helping take care of. So I'm back and forth, and I can't get a plant started because every time it seems like I get to where I need to be, I got to give it away to somebody because I got to leave.
Yeah, because you're not there to look after it, and it needs daily attention. So
yeah, and that's another thing. I'm what they call a watcher. I spend a lot of time with my plants.
Yeah.
I mean, I would catch a bug before a bug even sprouted an egg.
I know that is. I've worked in some pretty big gardens, so I understand the passion.
But anyway, so we go along with, the pain lotions, suppositories, edibles, of course. Then I started experimenting with different edibles, different recipes. Being in refrigeration, I had the pleasure of working at a chocolate factory.
Okay.
So I learned the process of how it was made and how they mix. And then I, kind of just learning a little bit as I'm going along because it's all just knowledge that just sticks there. And then I start making edibles. And I'm like, well, the stuff called maltodextrin. I'm seeing it in everything.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
maltodextrin.
Yes. So I started experimenting with that. The cana powder works out great with almost every recipe. You guys have talked about it. See, I gear most of my crowd is people of our age. I'm 57. There is a lot of elderly people in the area that have been newly diagnosed and going into dispensaries to get gummies and stuff. Well, I look to help that age group make their own medicine so they don't have to pay that high price.
The prices
and that's the whole thing, right? Like in the States, you're able to source CBD isolate
Yes.
at $1 a gram. It costs more money to ship than it does to buy it.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we were talking about Chris Anderson. He was in here yesterday. He's buying the isolate, the diamonds, from the THCA diamonds, which is derived from the hemp plant, because this is where the government has got they're bamboozled. They're only testing the farmer. Okay, the farmer sends it to the lab. Guess what? They squish the shit out of the plant. They're making the same shit they're getting out of the cannabis plant. Not as quite as accurate, but damn near close.
Well, and the only difference is they have to process a much larger volume of material, biomass, to get that return. That's the difference. But
yeah, but the good thing on that is the growing of that is going to be helping the world and having that much hemp growing.
Now once you've extracted it, you have all the fibers that you can use too.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're not even allowed to do that yet, but hopefully, eventually, I mean, that's all in the future, hopefully.
Well, that's the stuff that would go for hempcrete and particle board and plastics and stuff like that, right?
Exactly.
So,
I got over 20 up here. So between Facebook and YouTube, we're kicking ass. Zen, keep it going, buddy. Whoop whoop. Keep sharing it out, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. You're hanging on the Cannabis Chronicles. It's me, the hippie, and of course, Dr. High, and we have two doctors today, Doc Holidaze as well.
One of my, this year, like I said, this is created for the holidays. Our Doc Holidaze logo is actually a man in a western town walking away with his, down the road with his medical cannabis hat on and stuff. It's really cool artwork. It was designed by some friends about 4 or 5 years ago when I started doing this. I mean, I've been a smoker all my life. I mean, it was like a family.
I was going to say, did you start out as a recreational when you were a young teen?
Yes, recreational, but you know what? It also helped me focus. Okay.
Right. Also, deep down, we didn't know. Like my friend Dr. High, he won't admit it that he's a recreational only, but we all know he's crazy somewhere in there.
Somewhere.
He's
the
using
things I was able to teach myself with the power of the plant. Believe me, because of the focus. I taught myself a lot of heating and air conditioning stuff. I mean, I really never went to school for it. I went to auto mechanic school and then went into that trade for 30 years.
Right.
Well, I don't know, but I retained enough knowledge of one thing to keep going, in that business. And 30 years,
you were very interested in the radiator when you were working on the cars, I guess. And then
I can tell you,
I was in the cooling system, not the radiator. I wanted to be underneath the air conditioning. I was hot.
and when you have skills in the HVAC world, you are perfectly aligned to run closed loop extraction systems and stuff like that, right?
I was talking to Zen about this, because there's stuff that you can buy from BVV, which you can get through Amazon.
Yep, that's ValueVax. Know them very well.
Yep.
So yeah, they closed loop system to run it. You can, you don't need any machines. You can use hot and cold water to actually move your gases around in a closed loop system.
Yeah, a passive system as opposed to an active one, right? I've run both ways. I've run passive and active. So we've had the one that'll pull the gas through and recompress it. But I found that it works just as well by using a thermal circulator and dry ice to control the flow of butane and redo your tanks, right? So
yes. Well, like we use, like in the refrigeration business, we use a recovery machine for that.
That's what I had there.
Now for like butane, what I would, they have stuff out there now because they're using butane as a refrigerant now. So their oilless compressor. So they'll be able to be used in that same kind of situation that you're talking about.
Yeah.
The newer, and they're cheaper now too. I mean, back when I was in refrigeration, an oilless compressor recovery machine was $1,000.
Oh, I think I might have paid $2,000 for the one I had. So
I'm gonna ask a silly question because that's what I do. Now, I kind of was in refrigeration as well at one point in my life. I worked in a beer and bar soda system. I've built some walk-in coolers. I've played with glycol. You know what that is? Is that something that we could use for something like? I know that was something that we used to make the better beers and stuff like that.
Yes, if you want to use you can use a glycol chiller to actually, make it colder. There was a day that I actually worked on at this one place. It was I'm trying to think of the name of it, but what we did, we froze cryo balls at night with a chiller, so they would expand, and then during the day they would just run the pumps over these balls, and they would deplete. But that would be the cooling source for the building.
Right. That's how
we would be cheaper to run electricity at night. So they would, we would use a chiller and bring the glycol down below a freezing temperature to make the balls freeze.
Yeah.
Right. Because those were the plates that were in the bottom of the sinks and stuff that would keep your ice cold longer, and the glycol would run through all that and keep everything cold. And I was just wondering if glycol is something that they've even tried. I don't know.
People are using nitrogen now in closed loop extraction, nitrogen jackets in the chillers too, to assist in the recovery. So
nitrogen is not. No, nitrogen is an inert gas and it does not get cold. You're talking maybe CO2.
Hold on.
Carbon dioxide. You can blast with it too. Actually, you can use CO2.
The liquid nitrogen from the tanks.
I think liquid nitrogen gets cold. I think
liquid nitrogen.
Okay, you know what? You are right. Under a certain metering, yes, it will get cold. Yes, you're right. I'm thinking under gas form, it doesn't get cold, but as a liquid,
as a liquid, exactly.
Yeah. All right, we got to run a commercial, so why don't we run that, and we'll be right back. You're hanging on the Cannabis Chronicles. We're live on CBG TV, Facebook, YouTube, Live 365, TuneIn, and of course, you can go check us out on Spotify as well. Thank you, Dr. Holidaze, for being here. Doc Holidaze, thank you so much, and we'll be right back. Run those commercials. Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. If you need some kick-ass puppets, contact Thorge at 1-636-234-1535. He has all your puppet needs. He can fix puppets, build puppets, custom-made puppets. He has puppets off the rack for cheap prices. Contact Thorge today at 1-636-234-1535 or on TikTok or Facebook at Badger Heart Puppetry. He also makes LARPing items too.
Are you in the Ellensville or Middletown, New York area? Revamp your space with Collins Paints Ltd. Ugly walls? Let Collins Paints Ltd add a splash of color to your world. Collins Painting is a veteran-owned and operated business. They can transform your space to whatever your heart desires. Say goodbye to the boring beige and hello to possibilities of bright and vibrant colors. The Collins Painting team are a group of skilled professional painters who will turn your vision into reality. Call Collins Paint Ltd today to get a fast and easy quote. Available Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them at 845-869-8176.
Hey, Mrs. Hippie, why don't we take a ride to Dauphin, PA today?
Dauphin? What's in Dauphin?
Bella's Badass Crystals.
Oh, but I thought you hang out with them on Facebook and on TikTok.
That's only on Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, Sundays. Today I want to go there and pick up all my great finds.
That sounds like a great road trip. That's Bella's Badass Crystals on TikTok and Facebook, but you can also find them on the top of the mountain in Dauphin, PA.
They are badass.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Are you looking to have some crocheted made by hand stuffs like your Grammy used to do for you? Then you need to check out You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok. Vern can do what you need. She crochets hats, she crochets animals, everything, anything you may need. She also makes vinyl stickers, banners for your business. Anything that you might want that she can do, she can definitely do it for you. Want an I Hate My Ex sticker? She's got you covered. Anything, and I mean anything that you may need. She has cheap and reasonable prices. Check her out. You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok.
Welcome back, everybody. Good afternoon and good morning if you're over there on the West Coast. Thank you so very much for being here. You're watching the Cannabis Chronicles. I am the hippie. That is Dr. High over there, my partner in crime. And that is Doc Holidaze, everybody. Grab him up, pick him up, follow him, make sure you got him. He's amazing, and he's hanging out with us. We're
Thanks, guys.
Oh,
Really
no,
appreciate that.
that's great. And I love what you're doing with interacting with people and teaching them how to prepare their own things at home, right? Because you can save so much money. It's an incredible amount of money that can be saved.
We are opening up a bring your own bed and breakfast. And I'll be doing like teaching seminars.
That's right.
It will be down in Arthur, Illinois. The house has already been purchased. We're currently working on furnishings. So yeah.
Have you heard of High B&B?
No, I have not.
Okay, so High B&B is the same as Airbnb, but it's for cannabis enthusiasts.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that might be someplace when you get that open that you'll be able to advertise to a very targeted audience, right? So, High B&B, it's the same idea, and you might find you'll be able to be visible to a greater number of individuals. You know what I mean?
My partner Martha, she's that was kind of her idea. She does YouTube videos on domestic violence, and so she's been her target audience is a lot of people who are looking to medicate and relax, get away from that kind of stress,
and PTSD and things like that.
Situation that they've been in for however long. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, and of course, when you guys are ready to go, come talk to us because we'd be happy to advertise for you guys as well.
Oh, thank you. I'm hoping sometime after the first of the year, with the holidays and things going on, you know how it is. It just gets
absolutely everything gets slowed down right now. Yeah, right now everything.
Realistically, I'm thinking March. I mean, just recovering from the Christmas and the January stuff. Just to start moving around. And plus, I don't move well in the cold. You know that I'm in central Illinois. I would rather do stuff when it's a little bit warmer. And this place is about 2 hours south of me. So, yeah, Arthur, it would probably be in the 50s in March, easily, 50s and 60s.
When you're able to start going stuff again. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. I'm the same way. I hurt and ache winter is my worst season by far. I'm in more pain throughout the whole winter. Not to mention I have some mental issues through the winter as well. Yeah, well, yeah. My mommy died in like 2 days from now on Christmas. Yeah, so I don't like Christmas. So anyway, that's a different story for a different day. So I want to know more about your lotion because I am in pain constantly. My back.
You want to know about the suppositories. You don't care about the lotion.
And maybe I want to know how to make my own at home.
But Doc knows that because he listens to us. He's here with us in the audience, part of the family. So he knows about your predilection to the booth.
I have not officially fallen in love with it. This is what I'm trying.
There's no secret, guys. You need coconut oil that's infused, the one that stays hard. I would definitely, watch what I'm saying about staying hard now.
Staying hard.
You might take it the wrong way.
Don't make me pull it out, Doc Holidaze. I will.
Well, I suppose it's on how far you put that suppository in, right? If you actually get to the prostate, then it just may stay hard. So
wait a second.
Yeah. Well, as far as pain.
Hold on, Doc Holidaze. I'm sorry. If I go with a suppository, then I no longer need a boofer, correct? I would have to do this myself, and then I would lose Larissa. So I don't know if I'm going this way.
He can apply it for you.
Oh, okay, good. I don't know how the wife is going to feel about Larissa applying it for me. I still haven't broken that news.
Just got to remember, it's going to melt fast, so it has to go from the freezer right up the hole.
You were doing them with glycerin?
No, actually just coconut oil.
Oh, just coconut oil and putting them into a mold and then going right from there.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, the little secret to all the little aches and pains is eugenol, guys.
is Usinol?
Yes.
Can you explain what that is? I'm not familiar with it.
All right. It's the same medication. It's basically concentrated clove oil. Same thing a dentist uses. That if you add eugenol into your pain lotions, it is a nerve blocker. It is a topical. They put it on your gums before they inject you with a needle.
That's why they say clove oil if you have a toothache, right?
Yes. So you get eugenol, which is the concentrated version of clove oil, and you add, a milliliter or so of that into a couple of like a 2-cup batch of pain lotion, and I guarantee it will work within minutes.
So you use very little.
Yes. Like an eyedropper full. 1 milliliter, little dropper.
1 milliliter dropper, yep.
And that's all you put into 2 cups. And I guarantee that the mixture between the cannabis properties and that you will be take you out of pain within minutes.
Yeah. Because
and I don't know, I think you guys may have talked about this, and it is a true thing. The belly button thing, the Picotti method.
Yeah, we've heard about it, but we've had different opinions.
Dr. Harris said that he didn't think that would be effective. But
marijuana.
There's 70,000 nerves that attach to the belly button. Okay, now you put that nerve blocker eugenol in there. You're going to tell me it's not going to cut off all that pain going everywhere through your back and your body?
That would make sense.
Is it going to make my belly button feel really, really cool?
You may not feel anything from the waist down for a little while.
See, now, Doc Holidaze, I got to ask you a couple questions because, I'm sure you've heard that I don't do well with edibles. Edibles don't work on me, unfortunately.
Now that's a myth now about edibles. Everybody metabolizes differently.
Well, sir, I'm going to tell you, I've eaten just about as much edibles as a man could eat, and nothing happens.
Okay, what are you eating? Are you eating straight candy, chocolate, baked good?
First off, let me explain. Okay, we don't have edibles here in my country, of Pennsylvania. We have a Commonwealth, I guess. So we're out there on our own. We make our own rules. Whenever we want to make them, change them, we can. So anyway, that being said, we don't have edibles. We can't get edibles. We can't get nothing to shove up our asses. We don't get nothing. So all we can get is like a distillate or things like that. So and
okay, flour. Well,
so I've had people go and buy or I bought 2 grams of dabs and used it in a half a stick of butter to make 1 batch of cookies as possible, so that each cookie would come out to be 100 and whatever milligrams, and then I ate the whole pack of cookies by myself, and I did not get high.
Well, I'll tell you what, I made cookies the other day that would knock your dink in the dirt.
That's what everybody tells me, but then my dink never lands in the dirt. I think my dink is just too small.
My old lady, I'm gonna tell you, my old lady, she normally only can get off if she eats chocolate as an edible. And these cookies are Polish cream cheese kolaczkis, okay? So I infused the butter, which I made cane of butter with flour, did the double boiler method. And then I also took preserves that I made cane of powder, and I took my preserves and made that into there. So I had a double whammy. So we had the dough and the preserves. They're both infused. I baked them.
Sounds delicious already.
Well, they're fabulous. They melt in your mouth because
I know what they are, and I've had them. I'm part Polish, so I've had them before. They're delicious. And now you're talking my favorite word in the world, marijuana, in there as well. And I'm like, this is sex in my mouth.
All right.
Oh my goodness, look at them. Oh my God.
Oh, that looks delicious.
It does. They are delicious when I can only imagine.
Now, Anderson says, did you activate it?
Now, she ate 4 of them the first night. She does not get off until she falls asleep. She stayed stoned for 3 days. Could not get out of bed. She got up and ate a couple more cookies and went right back to bed for 3 days. She said,
"You got." Sounds like the first time I tried Seroquel.
Keep the cookies away from me, she said.
Yep.
Now, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, I've tried. I mean, the people. All right, I've never personally, myself, made an edible for myself. Okay, I've never tried it. Maybe once when I was a kid, I put a banana in the microwave, and that started the microwave on fire. It did not work out well. That was the closest I've ever gotten to making my own edible, and I think I was supposed to smoke that when it was done burning. When I was done burning in the microwave, but we didn't do it. We kind of got scared after that and put the microwave out in the yard and tried to figure out how we were going to tell our parents why the microwave went on fire. That being said, I've had people make edibles who claim they can make edibles, and I've never gotten off. I've bought the packages of the gummy bears. I bought the nerd ropes. I bought the garbage off the street. Nothing works. I've never tried one of them mushroom bars because I'm just afraid.
Oh, yeah. Those are good. I had a 2-gram mushroom bar.
I would rather have your mushroom bars. Like, I just feel like Willy Wonka doesn't make mushroom bars, you know? And I'm like, I would rather have somebody who's making them than somebody that puts them in a package that makes it look like it's a real candy bar. I don't like that shit. I don't like tricking people into shit, you know?
Hippie, have you ever tried to make your own edibles?
Sir, I just got done saying I've never made my own edibles except for burning my microwave that one time with the.
Well, we need to teach the hippie how to make some edibles.
Well, now that I have
to do is make one batch of cookies and use THC distillate to measure your dosing, and do one batch of cookies and see how it happens for you.
This thing on? I just said I did it with 2 things of this. I mean, I didn't do it.
Be quiet.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, guys. My dogs are being a pain in the ass.
Oh, that's okay. We all have
We're dog lovers here.
Pains in the ass. Yeah, don't worry about it.
I have a Pomeranian, and I have a Chiweenie.
I had a Chiweenie. What was he called? Jack Chi. I had a Jack Russell Chihuahua.
Oh yeah,
and she just passed recently, but she hated. Yeah, she hated me. She hated me.
She hated you.
I have teeth marks in my butt cheeks to prove it.
See, now if you look in the chat, Chris Anderson says it takes him 150 milligrams of edibles to feel anything. Zen says it takes him 3,000 to 4,000 milligrams.
See, that's probably where I need to be. I think that I've never made anything. I've been smoking weed heavily since I was 13 years old, with maybe 7 days off in that whole 13. Well, no, I took a year off.
That really doesn't affect it because I've smoked weed all my life too, and I can get high on 40 milligrams in an edible.
I think
hard candy for me. If I use hard candy because it has to go through the saliva glands because you're sitting on there sucking on it, I would. 10 to 15 minutes, I'm feeling like I just smoked a joint and one piece of hard candy. I rate my candy at 100 milligrams or better, the ones that I make.
See, when you get to the point where you need 3,000 to 4,000 milligrams, edibles are no longer cost effective. There's no benefit to them. But when you can actually get off on some people can get high on a 10 milligram dose, some people 20, some people 40, 50. Then there's a definite cost effective.
I gotta stop you guys right there because it is time. It is time for our Zen moment of the day. I hope you don't mind, Doc Holidaze.
No, you take.
We do this crazy thing with this guy Zen. I don't know if you know him or not, but we make a video about how cool he is, and we play.
Doc's the first one in the Puff Puff Pass video.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Zen is my brother from the other side of the pond over there.
I was just kidding. I know you know who he is. Let's roll it.
My precious.
Well, that was a short one.
Woosah. That's okay. I still got what I needed out of that. I still got my Zen moment. I don't know what you were doing, but I was focusing and calming down.
That's it.
My precious. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. You're hanging on the Cannabis Chronicles. I'm the hippie. That's Dr. High, and that's Doc Holidaze, the one and only Doc Holidaze. Which, so I want to get back to your lotions, though. I want to, because Dr. High thought it would be funny to talk about my lotion issues. I really want to know about like something that I could rub on my butt, no, my back, I mean, and my shoulder and my neck, because I'm constantly in pain. And the old lady,
like I was saying, we can, the idea is you need to get you some clove oil or some eugenol. And the simplest way to find eugenol, you guys are going to think I'm crazy. Go in the toothache aisle in Walmart, Red Cross. It says right there in the little bottle, eugenol, concentrated clove oil. That one bottle in a 2-cup, and your 2 cups of lotion that you boil down with your cannabis in there, and you make sure I would start out usually like I don't know, it's like a 32 ounces, but by the time you get it, it's in the oil, and you lose some. You get about a good 2.5 cups of actually extracted oil when you're done. You must use the coconut oil that stays hard. I usually add maybe about 8 ounces of beeswax in there to keep it solid above, if you add that much in there, I use like a deodorant dispenser for mine.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So when I pour it, it comes out in the dispenser. A lot of people don't like it that dry. I like it. I prefer it that way. Some people like it left where there's no beeswax in there, and just so that it melts as soon as it goes in there, so their skin absorbs fast. But yeah, the clove oil is the key to getting rid of the pain. The coconut oil, the THC, the other properties that are in there, definitely a benefit. But the clove oil will take you out of pain and it will make it last. And actually, after a couple of days, you won't even want to use it anymore because you'll be like, I don't even feel this.
All right. I am going to go against doctor's orders, not you two, of course. I love you two. But I'm going to go against Dr. Harris, my medical marijuana doctor, who says I'm wasting a whole bunch of sticky stuff in my belly button if I go and I put an RSO in there.
Well, again, so you're trying to put RSO, a straight sticky oil, in there. It needs to be thinned out.
Yeah.
It's like I tell everybody, they want to put RSO into their edibles. I go, well, you're going to thin it out with something? And are you going to use a binding agent?
All right, Doc Holidaze.
I mean,
yell at me. I'm sorry. I'm a puppet.
I'm a puppet, he says.
So how do I thin it out, young man?
A very little bit of coconut oil. Warm it up. Just a little bit of coconut oil. Get just a little bit. Mix it together. And then you can apply it.
Right, now, when you say apply it, now I know it's like boofing, but in my belly button, that's fine. I use my finger. Do I put a whole shitload in there, or do I just put a little dabble do me?
Well, you say you have a high tolerance, so I would say.
And I got a very, very fat belly. Well,
I would say put a shitload in there. Fill it up.
So I'm going to put a.
And then if it's too much, then you have to back off.
But I'm not afraid of being high. I've been high most of my life. So, I mean, if I can't feel my legs, that'll be great. I got a lot of pain in my legs. So that'll be really
well, like I say, I herniated 18 discs, broke my neck. I apply in my lower back. Usually I don't feel anything when after a couple of minutes. I'm usually comfortable.
All right. Now, I know you said you've been off of them for quite some time now, like 3 years. Do you still feel manly after stuffing a tampon in your or something in your ass? Because I kind of feel like I'm not going to feel very manly. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's either that or die of prostate cancer.
All right. Well, yeah, I don't want that. So
that's less manly. Just to be honest, there's a lot of cancer. My dad's a survivor of prostate cancer, and if that was my thought was if this will help. And it stops what I'm doing. I don't give a flying shit if I got.
I guess I agree with you 100% because Dr. High and I say this all the time. Everybody should be on a CBD, some sort of a CBD every day. Everybody should try to at least have some sort of an RSO regimen. Why not? It's only helping. It's not going to hurt. And I mean, so why not have something in my ass every day if it's going to help me live longer?
Well, like I said,
I'm going to try to
I
explain.
knew I was having a problem. I was diagnosed by doctors having a problem, and I just decided to reverse it. Same with diabetes. I started smoking non appetite, strains, something that would curb my appetite. It's hard to find them, but usually something that's really earthy tasting or a real peppery. It kind of curbs my appetite. I took an A1C. I think I was like around 8.7, and I'm down to a 5.6 now over a 10
That's
year
awesome. That's awesome. We have a fellow DJ here at WTHC Radio. I don't know if you know him. His name is Lee Hacker. He's a member of the 420 Campfire over on Facebook. Anyway, he was at stage 4 with dialysis, on the verge of going on to dialysis. And he said, you know what? I'm going to try this RSO stuff. And now he's at, like, from what I understand, stage 2, going the opposite way. Everything is looking better. No change in his diet, no change in anything except for adding an RSO to his life. And now he is on the way to mending. I hope and pray every day that he is. He seems to be doing great. So I feel like, why not? If it can help you, do it.
Last January, I brought my father home on hospice. He had radiation for lung cancer and then got COVID. I brought him home. They didn't think he was going to survive. I started feeding him RSO. This man is out driving right now. We're talking not even a year. He's out driving his truck and doing everything he was doing before he got sick. I just started feeding him RSO.
Now, we're no doctors. We only play it on TV, but hey.
Hey, you know what, though? We know our bodies. We know our bodies better than someone that sees you for 15 minutes and has a blood workup of you.
How I feel. They're gonna tell me how I feel. That's the best part. It's like, no, you're fine. Go home. I'm like, no, there's something going on here, jackass. Look at it. Oh, we did. We don't see nothing. Okay, well then I'll just go home and I'll treat it myself.
Well, that's what they kept telling me about this infection. I kept telling them I have in my leg somewhere, and they just and the doctor, even in the ER, I don't know how many times says, you don't have no infection. There's nothing in your blood work. Well, guess what? 2 months ago, they had to remove a toe because of an infection in my bones. I told them I knew I had.
Yeah. Could you sue them because they deserve to be sued as the fuckers?
Not yet, but I'm. What's going to happen? They'll just say that they instructed me to do this or that, and it'll be just a push and shove.
I feel like I have a something wrong in my stomach, and they keep coming back telling me it's diverticulitis, and I'm like, it's not diverticulitis. I've had diverticulitis before. That's a different feeling. This feels different. Well, we look, sir. We don't see nothing. All right. Well, I'm just gonna die from it, and I have all the records. And when my wife comes and sues your ass because you didn't take care of what I fucking told you, how I feel. My quality of life, not your quality of life, my quality of life. Whatever. I'm done arguing with their stupid asses.
Who's to say that they can take our quality of life from us? They're like, I was watching one of them shows. I think it was on SVU or something. That special victims show that they have. And there was something about when they take our right to die away from us, then we don't have the right to live anymore. It was one of those quotes. Like the prosecutor had to kill a baby or something because it was already dead or something. It was one
I've seen just about every episode of SVU.
I think you know it. I think you probably know which one I'm talking about.
Know the one, yeah, I think I do. But yeah, it's ridiculous the stuff they do to us, and that just gets me more and more angry every day. Every time I do this show, and we discuss stuff, and it all leads back to political and how fucking stupid we are for following these jackasses, whether they're red or blue or purple or green. They're
when it comes to cannabis, they're all the same.
I get rid of the big money. Get rid of big money, and it'll all change. Big money is ruling everything.
Yep.
It's ridiculous, and they're just lying to us, and they're just killing us off one by one. They have secrets. They have hidden ideas. They know they can save us. They're just watching us die. My mom died of cancer 25 years ago, and when she was in the hospital, before she went into the hospital, my wife worked for a hospital and worked for the president of the medical hospital. It was a school and a hospital. So the president snuck my wife a jar of some stuff, and said, bring this home and give this to your boyfriends, because we were just boyfriend and girlfriend at that time, and have her try this, because my mom was diagnosed stage 4 cancer, lung cancer. We don't know what it was. Still to this day, I don't know what it was, but man, I look at it now and I remember what it looked like and the smell of it. I didn't put 2 and 2 together back then because I was in my young 20s, but that was an RSO that they were trying on her. That was an RSO, and she ended up living 3 years. They only gave her 6 months to live, but she lived 3 years. So, I can't guarantee it, but I remember them preparing it. I remember them having to cook it. I remember them having to thin it out. I remember her saying she hated the fucking taste of it. The smell, I didn't put 2 and 2 together with weed in that, because I always smelled like weed, and I just figured it was me, and I was like, let me get downstairs before I get in trouble. But they were probably making an RSO this whole time, and they gave it to my wife at the time, my girlfriend, and said, here, try this on your boyfriend's mom and see what kind of results you get, and they kept giving it to her, and she kept cooking it and taking it, and she hated it, but whatever. It gave me 3 years with my mom before she passed, So anyway, we got to get ready for a commercial. Anything you want to say, Dr. High, before we go to a commercial?
No.
Okay, then I guess run a commercial.
Not at the moment.
I don't see Katie. She ran away. Uh-oh. All right. Well, then we're going to continue to talk. Doc Holidaze.
Have you ever pondered cannabis beyond the haze? Would you like to know more about this incredible plant? Dive into drhigh.com. Unlock medical wonders, master home-based crafts, and debunk myths. Do you support our mission? Shop Dr. High AI Haze on Etsy for cannabis-themed clothing, mugs, and digital downloads using original AI cannabis art. Hell, we might even have some psychedelic mushroom items there too. We also have 25 books on cannabis and specific medical conditions available at Dr. High on Amazon.com. drhigh.com, cannabis information, education, and advocacy.
Announcing CBGTV's Bud Break book. Get your copy now. Detailed strain reviews. Every purchase supports the ongoing efforts of CBGTV. Available from Amazon and at cbgtv.com, or scan the QR code.
Say bye-bye to bottled water. Holistic Health Water has certified medical-grade water ionizers that make 7 types of water, including healthy alkaline. There's a 5-micron filter that lasts up to a year, and each machine lasts 25 to 30 years. Simply attach to your faucet or install under your sink. Even get a mineral spa unit for your shower. Go to ownyourwater.org to get a free ebook. Plus, pay for any machine in full and get an extra filter free. Change your water and change your life. Ownyourwater.org.
Discover the natural path to wellness at Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Herbs?
With a passion for holistic health, we are your trusted source for premium herbs and concentrates.
Wait a minute, do they have weed?
Our dedicated team is here to guide you on your wellness journey. Open 7 days a week, 10 to 10, ensuring you have access to what you need when you need it most. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates is located
at pot
2941 Highway 11, Burnt Church, New Brunswick, Canada. If you need assistance anytime,
I need assistance. I need weed.
Just call 506-871-4299. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Where all the potheads go.
THC, good afternoon. We're back. I'm not moving my mouth. This is the time when I start to glitch out, because whenever I put music into the program player over here, for some reason, it makes me glitch out. I've noticed until all the songs load in appropriately, it makes me glitch, and then I come back.
I don't know. The dabs make me glitch out.
So, that was my next question. So what is your preferred way of taking your medicine besides the roll?
All of the above.
All of the above. You don't have any issues with?
No, I'm a flower smoker. Basically, I smoke a hell of a lot of flower, but I like my dabs. I smoke out of a Puffco, and I like my edibles. I mean, pain lotion again, I only use as necessary, because generally after a couple of days I get the kinks knocked out of my back, and it's usually muscle issues now, no nerve issues anymore. So
Zen saying, "Let us see your dab rig." I guess he's saying, "Take your dag rig out, bro."
The
there it is.
Puffco Peak, I think, is probably one of the best units of that nature on the market.
yes, I won this on it. Well, actually, my old lady won it. It was on. We were at the Grateful Bear camp out in Michigan last summer, and her birthday year was actually the number on the ticket, and she won the Puffco on a $10 ticket.
Very nice. Awesome. Congratulations.
You know, lady, she don't dab.
Those are,
Now, is that Grateful Bear? Is that a store?
No, that is it's put on by Sold Out Productions. Is a hippie, basically festival music. That kind of shit.
I might have to come to that. I like the sound.
Yeah, it'll be it's in Greenview, Michigan, and it'll be the first week of August.
Sweet. I think I'm off that week.
Yeah, it's a wonderful turnout. It's a great weekend.
The whole camping thing, like I have to bring a tent and stuff to
Well,
camp?
you can bring a tent, a camper. You don't have to. We don't, because I'm old and I can't sleep on the ground. I actually rent a hotel room.
Me too, bro.
I rent a hotel room about 40 minutes away because I don't mind a 40-minute drive since I live 5 hours from there.
Yeah, I might end up doing the same. Can you have like a camper? Can you bring like?
Yes, you can bring a camper. You can set up a booth. People have
booth too.
You have booths within the staged area that I guess they have people pay for. But that's at your camper. You can also set up your own little recreational thing.
Your own little store, your own camper.
You get some of your products or whatever.
Oh, that's very cool. I like that. I'm gonna have to keep track of that. So keep me posted, or I'll
send you a link.
Well, I'll watch with you. I'm always watching and hanging out and watching you guys.
Yep.
I'm always out there somewhere spying on people if I'm trying. If we're saying hello, tapping, saying sharing and liking. Please tap, share, and like over here as well. But yeah, so that's very cool. So do you sell some of your products there when you go?
No longer. Like I said, I had gotten.
Cool. So how do you get around it? I mean, I know you don't get around it. You follow the law perfectly. But
well, I have to now. Believe me, I was selling. I got in a little bit of trouble here because, like I said, there's some haters out there.
I hate that there's assholes and haters.
And believe it or not, they got me for 20,000 grams of pain lotion, and I don't know, maybe a couple of gummy molds that were empty. Nothing else was in the house.
You actually got raided because of somebody.
Yes.
In a state where it is legal to.
But you have to be licensed to sell it. You can't. I mean, you're not supposed to share. They got so many stupid rules in this. This is why we came up with the bring your own bud thing, because this way I'm not responsible for anybody's product. They bring their own in. I just teach them how to make their own medicine.
Right. 20,000. Exactly. What did you say? 20,000 grams of lotion?
Yes.
That's not personal use. I think that's personal use.
Well, it depends on how much lotion you want to put on. That's a lot. It was the whole. It was the whole crock pot.
Cover the whole crock pot with the lotion, man. Just tell them I got somebody down in the hole that I cover with lotion. Leave me alone.
Yeah, they got the whole crock pot.
They got a whole crock pot full of it. That's it, huh? That's fucked up, though, man.
But you know what? You live and learn. You know what? I was on top doing things I probably shouldn't have. I was selling edibles. I was making people happy. I was keeping patients medicated.
Right.
And it just didn't work
hurting
out.
Anybody. That's the thing. Like, nobody died from what you're doing. People only felt better. And they still had to be an asshole, like it's not even like you were trying to hurt somebody. You're not spraying fentanyl on shit and trying to kill people. Like
just trying to bring medicine in basically. Remember, I was stated earlier, my followers are basically people around my age. So we got a lot of elderly with the, kinks and crinks and trying to get by in life. And I was just trying to make all those people happy and keep them going.
Yeah, that's what I always say. It's our generation, because you said you were 57. I'll be 57 in a month. So I'm right there with you.
I'm not in that generation. I'm only 52.
it's people our age and older that is probably one of the biggest demographics that can benefit from the inclusion of cannabis therapy in their day-to-day lives, right?
Exactly.
For so many different things, conditions, but even just overall general wellness purposes, you know?
Well, so Wally said something up there in the chat a little bit higher up there. It says freedom of, what did he write? Freedom of medical choice. I feel like everybody should have that choice, and no matter what they say, you should have your freedom of medical choice, whether you against doctor's orders.
Yeah.
They frown upon you saying against doctor's orders, but nowadays, who the fuck knows who knows more? Because I see lots of things happening with marijuana, and if you have a doctor that doesn't agree with you and your choices, get the hell away from them, because they are.
And America is really big on trying to regulate people's bodies, right?
Yeah,
I mean, look at the abortion issue. It was all over the news a week ago. A lady in Texas who had real medical need of terminating a pregnancy. One court said she could. The people didn't like that in that court, so they went to the Supreme Court, who struck it down, and then she had to leave the state to take care of it. And it was a real real medical need to do
emergency.
So why does a government feel the need to regulate our bodies? It's like what Doc Holidaze said earlier about people when you have a terminal illness or you're going downhill, you should have the right to euthanasia, to medically assisted dying. That's a personal choice that you should be able to make. You know what I mean? With the help of a physician.
All right.
Why do they want to regulate?
I'm all about going out with dignity, man. With your own dignity. Go out on your own terms.
100%.
Right. Absolutely. I agree. But we're in trouble because look what time it is, Dr. High. You're supposed to remind me, man.
I don't pay attention. That's what we got a producer for.
They don't want to play the music over us just chit-chatting over here. So they're trying to behave themselves, but they're giving me the finger down there, and I'm the only one that can see them. So I think that. It's 424. Happy 420 to everybody. Let's smoke.
Happy 424 song.
Days down by the swamp where I was raised, popping caps, sitting back, listening to the guitar play. This shade of blues unknown by a few, it rings inside of my head like they always do. Hype is filled, reality's killed, everything comes in twos. Yeah. On the brain is a habit strain. Smoke Lord, smiling rain. Yeah. Known on the plane as Miss Mary Jane. She'll get you every time. Ooh, but in the middle between the lines, smoke it rises to the top. I can't breathe, my brain is fried. I guess I'll cough till the lines stop. Human haze in a mental daze, down by the swamp where I was raised. I'm popping caps and back, listening to the guitar play.
Just to eat up blues unknown by a few. It rings inside of my head like they always do. Your pipe is filled, reality's killed. Everything still comes in twos. While everything will fall on you.
Oh, baby. Oh, my God. Whew. I
I
freaking love that.
I love that song. Love that song.
What the hell? Arnold Schwarzenegger got here. Where the hell do you come from, Arnold?
Oh, I can't sit here. If I sit here for 5 more minutes like this, I'm going to have the worst migraine of my life. That sun is just pounding into my eyes.
I think I've taught you about this already. You gotta go get these things. They're really weird, but you can get them at any local kind of store. You can get them. They're called curtains. Yeah, you hang them up.
I have curtains up, but they just don't do it. So I just said to my wife, because she's off today, I'm like, "You got a baseball hat or something someplace I can put on?" And she's like, "Well, I don't know where they are." But
you need to get
this is my only option for the moment. But I'm going to put blackout curtains in here so I don't have this problem anymore.
All right, now I want to get to something else really quick before we continue. Seed Squatch, guys, that's our gentleman, our good friend Seed Squatch. He kicks ass, and if you are interested and you happen to be up in that Seattle area of Seattle up there, he is going to be performing at Cantana Fest. That's the only show I know of right now that he is performing next year. So get your tickets now. I'm pretty sure they're on sale now. Cantana Fest, and I'm pretty sure Muck Sticky will be performing there as well. So it'll be as of right now, I know Seed Squatch and Muck Sticky in Seattle next year around July, I think July or August, somewhere in that area. So anybody that's interested, definitely go check them out. And you can find Seed Squatch or Muck Sticky on all the platforms. You know that. Anyway, all right, back to the work here. So now when we go to this boofing thing again.
It's always a circle, Doc Holidaze.
It always comes back.
Always a circle with the hippie.
Because I want to know now. I freeze these things. I can freeze them, and I think somebody had already told me I freeze these things to any shape I want.
Exactly.
So if I want it to be like a gerbil, or a race car,
something with a couple of bars on the side.
Was fine.
I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna freeze a little circle. I'm just kidding.
There you go. Yeah, that just works fine. Now remember, it's gonna melt fast.
Yes. Now, am I gonna have anal leakage?
No, you shouldn't, because your body will absorb it before it does that.
I was gonna say, because I hate swamp ass. That's one of my worst enemies.
You know, Zed, you can always head. Hippie, you can always head down to the adult store and pick yourself up Ron Jeremy facsimile and hollow that out.
Right. Well, that's what I was
use
thinking.
it as a mold.
Walk around with one in my butt and
jam it in there.
7 or 8 hours to melt down. I'm gonna just put a pair of Depends on and just let it.
It's gonna melt down so fast you're only gonna use maybe a milliliter size.
What would you say? Like the size of a nickel, the size of a dime, the size of a penny?
Because you can most likely buy from Amazon suppository molds, silicone suppository molds. So basically what you would do is you would heat the oil up to do the infusion while the oil is still liquefied. You would just fill the molds, and they'll just come out like little
pills.
Bullets. Yeah, like little bullets. Yeah, exactly.
And then I just shove one of them in my butt. Mrs. Hippie doesn't have to. Now, can you accidentally shove one into somebody's ass without them noticing?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, because I want to try to slip Mrs. Hippie a Mickey if I could, make her in a little bit better mood. Right.
She might be able to arch her back in ways she hadn't in many years.
She's gonna be like,
But
"Oh my god!"
Suppositories of this nature can be used in the front door and the back door, right?
See, that's my next question. Is that gonna do any? Is there any numbing that happens in that anal area? Because
this is what I'm saying. That eugenol is a nerve blocker, and all those nerves go down there.
Yeah. It takes a bottle of wine for me to usually get to play in that area. But if I can get away with not having to spend,
Why you play in that area with a bottle of wine? You really are a sick and twisted individual, Buffett.
You should see what I do with the bottle of wine.
My goodness. Have you got your muscle control to the point where you can actually get the cork out?
I'm talking about her ass, not my ass.
Okay.
Stop! You're gonna get me in trouble. She might be listening. I love you, Mrs. Hippie.
Too many years locked up. That's all.
$19.99 is a small price to pay for anal play. Sorry, Doc Holidaze. He's like, what the fuck did I get myself?
That's okay. He knew what he was getting himself into. He spends time with us. He knows that you're a twisted individual.
I am gonna introduce a little anal play. I'm gonna get a little RSO on my finger, and then I'm gonna slip it in when she's not paying attention. She's gonna be like, "Ooh!"
Now again, that's gonna be sticky. It's gonna go in rough.
Yeah.
If it's just RSO, it's gonna be sticky.
And when it comes up,
all right,
you don't know whether you got it all off or not.
All right, I learned that. I have to thin it out. It can't just but she doesn't have a hairy asshole. It's not like I'm gonna get caught on hair. It's kind of smooth. I think I could just slip it in and slip it out. I'll just slip it in, slip it out, and she'll be like, "Whoa, what the hell was that? You're getting a little frisky." And I'll be like,
I think it's gonna happen. You're gonna pull your finger out. It's gonna look like Steve's finger.
Well, that's
yeah.
I don't usually.
Well, that's the problem. If you do that with RSO, you never know whether your finger's clean or not when you're finished.
Right. I don't know if I'm gonna be like.
You actually have to take a close look and say, is that greenish brown or is it just brown?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna go like this. And then I'll be like, "Oh, nope, that wasn't RSO. That wasn't RSO. There's some peanuts in there." Didn't we miss a commercial? I think we missed a commercial at some point. Did we miss a commercial or no? I don't know.
No, we got it.
We did the commercial, but we forgot the 420 song. Is that what happened?
We just listened to Seed Squatch.
No, I did. I know we did the song, but I don't know if we did a commercial before the song. Did we?
Yeah, we did the commercial a few minutes before the song. We had kind of a break
right, and then we had a couple-minute break, and then we started talking. Okay.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to send that song to my buddy.
No, don't do
because
that.
I'd be really curious to.
You don't have the rights.
Oh, I can send him the link to YouTube to check it out.
I'm just kidding.
And you never know what can happen. I don't know what Seed Squatch is trying to do with his music, but my friend might be able to have an impact on his trajectory if you know what I mean.
No. I know a guy who owns a record company called Stoner Records that's currently trying to work with that guy. So you just mind your own business over there, bucko.
Mind your own business.
But you're going to need somebody too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then all right. We can talk. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not here to talk about Seed Squatch, although I do love him. And he has very good seeds and squatch. That being said, I'm here to talk to Doc Holidaze, and I want to know more, Doc Holidaze. How can you tell them very slowly so that my wonderful producers back there can put a bar up if they don't already have one of ways that they can get in touch with you or find you and follow your shows and hang out with you?
Well, you can find me on Facebook, Doc Holidaze. I do have a couple of pages. We have Wild Herbs as one of our private groups. We have, and that's spelled WILDHERBZS, Wild Herbs. We have Infused with Doc Holidaze as another one of our pages. I used to do a lot of videos on there teaching people how to make edibles. And that was the page I was on when I got in trouble. So I kind of shut it down a little bit.
I get it. I had to should have cut.
Then I also have the Doc Holidaze Cream of the Crop products page where you can view items that I've made, and those will be items that I would teach others on how to.
That is an absolutely catchy name for cannabis lotions and topicals. Cream of the Crop. That is awesome.
Love it.
Well, I'm telling you, with the artwork and the catchphrase, it was an inspiration from God. I'll tell you what. I was, like I said, I was hurt. I was, in pain all the time, and I was like, please give me a way to medicate myself. And these inspirations started coming to me one at a time. It was like boom, boom, boom. It just kept working. For everything that I came up with was an idea that worked.
I have something similar going on in my life. Everything seems to just be falling in place. I don't.
Yeah, and it's an uplifting feeling. You're sitting there like, damn, this is really coming together.
Yeah.
Like I said, I had some hard knocks here and there, but you know what? It's not going to stop me.
That's what I've been saying since day one. Get on the bus. It might be a bumpy ride. I don't know where we're headed, but we're gonna have a good fucking time on the way. And that's
right.
That's what it started when I was just a puppet over on TikTok before I even got into the radio station stuff and all that.
You never fail until you stop trying.
Right.
As long as you're trying, you have not failed. You only fail when you quit.
When you're a quitter.
You know what I mean?
I will not quit. I mean, like I said, I just redirected my my way of thinking. So I can't be the salesman out making money off the products. Well, now I'm going to teach people how to make the products and keep the money out of the man's pocket.
Sometimes you might
and
have
that's the best thing we can do anyway, right? Because not only does it keep the money out of the man's pocket, but it makes it affordable and accessible to many people. Because let's face it, when you're dealing with a medical condition or you're sick, some of these conditions make it impossible for you to be out there earning an income. So if money's not coming in, how can you expend the expense necessary to use cannabis as medicine? It's very difficult.
I have quite a few friends that, they do a considerable amount of dabs, and they're like, want to do edibles. I'm like, well, just use your reclaim, Take the reclaim, make the powder out of the reclaim, and you can put it. I have one friend just sits there with the cane of powder in his coffee every morning, just globs of it.
Can I interrupt for a second, Doc Holidaze? I'm sorry, I'm getting confused between my doctors. Doctor. I don't know if you've heard, but I'm in the process of creating a nonstop 24-hour-a-day podcast channel. And if you were willing to turn your show into a podcast, like an hour or 2-hour cooking thing where you will be showing people and teaching people, I would be proud and honored to put that on WTHC TV.
Oh, I would love to do that. I would come up with something. We do a live, I do a live show for you or something.
It could be a live thing every week,
or a video or something.
Or you can pre-record it and just send it to me, and I can play it every week. Whatever you want to do, we can talk about that in the very near future if you're interested.
What I'd like to see happen is at the B&B is having the production. So, like I said, my business partner, she already does videos for domestic violence, and so they have camera equipment like I wouldn't be able to afford.
Right. I get it. I hear you.
So those were that's what I was gearing towards when is video production once we are in full blow with the B&B.
Yeah, I love the idea. Mrs. Hippie and I are actually contemplating turning this into an Airbnb. It would be called the Hippie Hideaway. I live in a subdivision in the Pocono Mountains where there's a casino, and we have the racetrack, and we have all sorts of resort-like things, including Kalahari. And I live on a cul-de-sac with no other houses deep in the woods of this development. And I'm going to tie-dye the whole shit out. I'm going to make it like a hippie house, and I'm going to leave bongs on the tables, and you're going to be able to come and rent it out, and you'll be able to use the devices and Puffcos, and it's just going to be, peace signs and love and heart-shaped beds that spin in circles with the quarter in the slot where it vibrates.
Well, see if Wisconsin goes legal. I have property up there, and it's just a matter of collaborating with the the owner of the property that's next to me, he owns a bar, and with the 2 properties, we could have campground status.
And then you have the Holidaze Hemp Fest up there every
Yeah.
year. There you go. I see it. And then I'll be there hanging out. Yeah, that'll be a good time. Yeah.
You gotta think outside the box these days. You get, I mean, this everybody's thinking, okay, I want to get into a dispensary. I want to do one go in the bud. No, you got to think outside the box and bigger. You got to bring where the people are coming to.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it's easier to say I'm sorry than to ask permission. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of interest in cannabis tourism.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There are, you know, there's 20% of the population that uses cannabis on a regular basis, and it would be nice to be able to go away on your holidays and have a safe environment to not only consume cannabis, but know people who can help you find what you need while you're traveling.
Hey,
you know,
Rambo. I need
the state of Michigan actually they have like what do I want to like a flea market, bud flea markets.
Yeah.
You know, like different growers who got their buds out on tables and shit. It's just a growers fest.
Farmers markets, kind of like
they should have
I have to cut you guys off. It's our last commercial break. We will be right back. You're hanging on the Cannabis Chronicles with Doc Holidaze is with us, everybody. Pick him up. Follow him. Run it. Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. If you need some kick-ass puppets, contact Forge at 1-636-234-1535. He has all your puppet needs. He can fix puppets, build puppets, custom-made puppets. He has puppets off the rack for cheap prices. Contact Forge today at 1-636-234-1535 or on TikTok or Facebook at Badger Heart Puppetry. He also makes LARPing items too. Have a good one, Christopher. Take care. We definitely still want to have you on.
Are you in the Owensville or Middletown, New York area? Revamp your space with Collins Paints Ltd. Ugly walls? Let Collins Paints Ltd. add a splash of color to your world. Collins Painting is a veteran-owned and operated business. They can transform your space to whatever your heart desires. Say goodbye to the boring beige and hello to possibilities of bright and vibrant colors. The Collins Painting team are a group of skilled professional painters who will turn your vision into reality. Call Collins Paint Ltd. today to get a fast and easy quote. Available Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them at 845-869-8176.
Hey, Mrs. Hippie, why don't we take a ride to Dauphin, PA today?
Dauphin? What's in Dauphin?
Bella's Badass Crystals.
Oh, but I thought you hang out with them on Facebook and on TikTok.
That's only on Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, Sundays. Today I want to go there and pick up all my great finds.
That sounds like a great road trip. That's Bella's Badass Crystals on TikTok and Facebook, but you can also find them at the top of the mountain in Dauphin, PA. They are badass.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Are you looking to have some crocheted, made by hand stuff like your Grammy used to do for you? Then you need to check out You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok. Vern can do what you need. She crochets hats, she crochets animals, everything, anything you may need. She also makes vinyl stickers, banners for your business. Anything that you might want that she can do, she can definitely do it for you. Want an I Hate My Ex sticker? She's got you covered. Anything, and I mean anything that you may need. She has cheap and reasonable prices. Check her out. You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok.
WTHC, welcome back. We are winding down, and it's sad. I don't want you to go, Doc Holidaze.
I'm enjoying myself, guys. I really am. This is a pleasure.
Fountain of information. I've never gotten so much great information on my boofing. I'm still a little concerned about the belly button thing. So you're saying it's going to work. Have you done it yourself, sir?
Yes. Like I said, I'm the mad scientist. I am my own guinea pig.
Yeah. Well,
nobody else is going to let me push a suppository up their ass or put lotion in their belly button.
I would, sir. I would be proud to have you stuff something up my ass. That being said, so put a bunch in my belly button, put a Band-Aid over it, I was told, so it'll stay in there.
Why? No.
I got a deep belly button. I'm like, I got a little swimming pool here, buddy.
No, trust me. All right, listen. When you thin out a little bit of the RSO with the coconut oil, just rub it in until your skin absorbs it. Okay. It'd take about 30 seconds. It'll absorb, and then no need for no Band-Aid. That's just a waste of a Band-Aid.
Okay. All right. So now, all right. If I take a distillate, how about that? All right, a distillate, an indica distillate. Okay. Let's just. All right. Well, if we can, depending on my dispensary that day. Anyway, if I get a half a gram of that and then I mix it down with some coconut oil, is what you're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is it like a 1-to-1, half a gram?
Well, no. You're gonna. I didn't mean to put it be more like a 3. It's gonna probably be more like a 3-to-1. If you're trying to depositories.
No, this is for my belly. This is going to be for my
belly. Yeah,
coconut oil.
I'm just thinking,
if I can avoid my ass, I'm going to avoid my ass. But I was told the belly button thing didn't work. But if I can go belly button and I don't have to go button, it can stay exit only, then that's where I'm going. That's where I'm
I tried this, a 0.10, and then maybe a quarter teaspoon of the coconut oil that stays hard. Let it mix up in there a little bit. Like you're gonna probably want to, if you got a half gram, I would say maybe a whole teaspoon, of the coconut oil. Mix them together and then let it get hard first in the refrigerator, and then pull out a little bit and then use that.
And then just rub it in my belly button.
That's it.
And I'm gonna not be able to walk because my legs are gonna be numb.
I would say that would work.
Is there a head high involved in something like that? Do you still get that high, or is it just more of a body high?
There is no psychoactive because it doesn't pass through the liver.
So I'm not going to get stoned. I'm just going to feel no more pain.
Yeah, there's more
suppositories, Doc.
Huh?
Do you get the head high with suppositories?
No, it's more of a body.
More of a body high, eh?
See, now, what about with regular edibles? It's more of a body high.
Now it's not. But see, now when you're eating them, now you're also passing them through your entire system because you're eating them. You can't go backwards. You can go one way, you just can't go backwards and expect the same result.
Right.
All right. I'm getting places here. My brain is functioning. There's something going on. I smell fire. So
I see something burning in the background there. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh yeah, there might be. Never know with the incense that's burning in here.
Your fingers. You're holding the joint too close.
Oh no. I just lit up a fresh one. But now, so maybe that's why I'm not feeling. But you're saying I will feel a head high from eating edibles?
I'll tell you what. I don't think there's been very rare times I've actually felt a head high from eating edibles. It's mostly been body high.
See, you guys didn't tell me this, you fuckers.
Well, I've experienced the head high and the body high.
You have?
I mean, it just all depends on how you metabolize. Everybody metabolizes differently, and you have to find out what works for you.
It is a different high.
Metabolizes, but my
there's,
head
there's no doubt about it. The edibles are a different high, but I do feel that there is a head component as well as a body component for me.
Now, I had made some edibles out of some sativa one time. I'll tell you what, me and the old lady laughed our asses off for hours.
Yeah, okay. See, that's what I want. I mean,
it all depends. You got to be strain specific. Now, you can't. Now, if you're going to use distillate, you're not going to get, because you're stripping all the terpenes out of it. Terpenes react with everything. I would use wax when I make edibles. I would decarb wax, find my favorite wax, whether it be indica, hybrid, or sativa. Find the one I like the best, and that's the one I would decarb and make my edibles out of.
Yeah, some sort of live product, right? A live resin, live wax. Yeah.
You know what? I think that, overall, and I so appreciate you guys and everything you've taught me today, especially you, Doc Holidaze. But you know what I'm thinking is that I think that when I go into this, I'm expecting much more of a head high getting these edibles. And I think that maybe I am just getting that body high, but I got a whole lot of body, so it needs to be more. So I think that my body, I still need to increase the amount I'm eating, maybe closer to what Zen's talking about. And maybe I will get a little bit of a head, but I just don't think I feel it because, I'm a big guy. I'm expecting this and I'm getting more of this. And because of my size, this isn't really affecting me as much as it should be because my body, you know what I mean? Does that make any sense at all? I hope. I think
Sort
I
of.
put Rambo to sleep, but
For my own experience, I know that if I eat edibles right before I go to bed, there's a chance that when I wake up to go to the bathroom, I'll wake up so fucked up I'm trying to find the bathroom.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. I gotta figure this shit out. Now I lost my gallbladder somewhere and they took it from me. So now is that gonna be a tougher battle now?
Yeah, because yes. People have hard time doing a lot of things because of them not having the gallbladder.
That's what I heard. So there we go again. Now, I mean, I've just recently lost my gallbladder in the last 2 years, maybe, but I had tried edibles 100 times before that, so I don't think it's any different.
Well, I think that if once you find out what works, whether it be hard candy, gummies, chocolate, baked goods, you have to find what works and at what strengths.
Is
You know,
hard candy kind of like an extended release pill of some
well,
sort?
because it goes through. You're starting out at the saliva glands. I mean, everything's absorbed right there in your mouth. Just like if you were smoking wax or vaping, it hits your saliva glands before it hits the lungs.
Right.
And that's where you're absorbing at. Again, like the boofing or the belly button, soft tissue.
Right. Yeah. I'm definitely trying the belly button thing. You have convinced me. I'm going to have to go to Dr. Harrison after I try this and see if it works. And if he's wrong, I'm going to have to go tell my doctor that he's wrong and that Doc Holidaze was right.
Well, like I said, I would do the RSO with a little bit of coconut oil. And if that doesn't take away the pain, I would get a little bit of that eugenol and mix it in with it. On a larger scale, though, because you're not going to want to put that little bottle into just a little bit for your belly, but it might burn a little bit. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What?
12 oil is it has a little heat behind it on some soft tissue.
Okay. Good to know, because I would have been like putting a fire out in my belly. What the fuck is going on? I got enough rashes.
Hey, you just can't get there, but you can't get there for free. There's got to be some experimentation.
Some price, right? I guess. No,
Yeah, you got to pay the price. You got to pay the piper.
Right.
Nothing in this world is for free. What is that story? Frank's story says over there, real quick, before we say goodbye. I want to say thank you to everybody out there on Live 365 and tune in, of course. Everybody over on CBG TV. Are you reading that, Dr. High? Because I'm not. I'm talking.
I can't read with these glasses on because they're
What
just
if it's
sunglasses.
What if it is working?
I need a magnifying glass for my bifocals. I can't read it so small.
All right, I'll read it for you. What if it is working, but your tolerance for your mind is so used to the higher effect, but it's working on the effects that you wanting it for, but you keep telling yourself, yeah, that's what I think is going on, is that it's actually working, but I'm not getting it in my brain as much as I think it would be, where I want that overall everything high, because most of my life I was medicating, but I was also recreational, you know what I mean? So that recreational feeling is not there when I'm eating it.
Well, I'll tell you what. I know when it's working. I mean, I have a high anxiety level, and when I'm medicated, I can't move off the couch.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try it. We got to wrap up. I am so sorry that this show goes so goddamn quick, because I could spend another day with you. I want to thank you. You're always welcome back. You are an
anytime. Send me the invite, and I'll be glad to come on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for hanging with us every day when you're over there in the chat. We appreciate your knowledge and your love. Everybody over there on Live 365 and tune in. Thank you guys. Everybody here on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you guys so very much. Dr. High, tell them what you feel.
I feel great, and I hope you all do too. Have an excellent day. Stay safe, stay stoned, and thanks for spending your time with us.
Yeah, and don't forget, fight the stigma.
Thanks, Doc.
God damn it.
Thank you for having me, guys.
All right, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Stick around. I'm going over to Clapper to hang out for a little while and get naked. Run it.
Peace.
We don't have a goodbye. Do we? We usually.
You want answers on the positive,